Office Wife. The story of the girl who married her boss and of the girl who took over. Here is Geoffrey Pilgrim to commence another chapter of Office Wife. This time I really have to lay the law down to my wife. It's getting to be too much of a good thing altogether. Every time I step inside my own door, she's ready with another fantastic accusation. This time it's about that confounded fur coat. You remember the coat I took Stella to help me choose when we were overseen by Angela Tennant? It sounds utterly silly, I know, but the Tennant woman has taken it into her head that I was buying the coat for my secretary. And even though I've explained fully to her, she just had to pass her suspicions on to Marcia. Well, here we go. If a chap can't control his wife, he doesn't deserve to have one.
What did you say you'd do to me?
I said that if you didn't come to your senses, always presuming you had some, of course, I'd take you by the nape of your neck and cart you around to the fur shop.
I don't need to go there to know what's what.
You've just made some cracks about my buying the coat for Stella. Then you said that if the coat were in the fur shop storeroom, I must have taken it back from Stella when I discovered that Angela Tennant had seen us buying it. Well, what are you going to say when the chap tells you it hasn't been out of his refrigerator since I gave him my check?
Well, anyway, why should Angela Tennant...
Leave Madam Tennant out of this. I'll have a word in her shelf pink here later. Come along, get going.
Do you mean that? Oh, Jeff, you can't drag me into town. It's too late.
It's 5:20, and this particular shop doesn't close till 6. Come along, get cracking. You're going to learn once and for all, Marcia. You're not married to a liar.
Jeff, please.
It's no use looking sorry for yourself. I'm heartily sick and tired of your childish antics.
I will not be hauled into a fur shop and humiliated.
You'll be hauled in by the scruff of your neck if you don't get a move on. And if you're not satisfied then, I'll haul you a bit further. To have it out with Stella Bronson.
Who said I wasn't satisfied?
I haven't heard you doing any climbing down. Well?
Oh, all right, I'm sorry.
That's not enough. Is Angela Tennant a gibbering fool?
I suppose so.
Is she?
Yes, she is.
And what about you?
All right, I'm a silly fool, too.
Well, I'm glad you realize it at last. I'll bring the coat home tomorrow, and you can wear it until it falls off you.
I don't want your filthy coat.
Marcia, after the trouble I've had with that wretched garment, you'll wear it and like it if I have to sew you into it. You hear me? This is the result of thinking of you the moment I get my hand on a 400-pound bonus.
What do you want me to do, Jeff? Crawl around the floor?
I want this to be the last, do you understand, of these utterly unjustified frenzies of yours. Oh, and another thing, Marcia. If you go once again to Tressida Bendigo and Company to ask people if I'm having an affair with my secretary, I'll hand in my resignation on 5 minutes' notice.
I haven't done any such thing.
You went snooping to Percy Fleming and made me look a goat doing it. You want me to be the laughingstock of the firm?
No, Jeff. I'm sorry, really, I am.
You've said that at least 50 times before.
Oh, darling.
Oh, it's all right. You needn't get all affectionate. When I want your kisses, I'll come and get them.
Oh, you beast!
Well, you asked for it, didn't you?
Maybe I have. But you don't have to be completely brutal.
Look, darling, if you really want to make yourself useful, you might start thinking about dinner. And next time I get 400 quid in the lump, I'll take you to the races. Let's see you figure out how I'm spending it on Bronson then. All right, go out to the kitchen. Get cracking with dinner.
Hang the thing. Pouring with rain and I have to miss my bus by a bee's whisker. Wouldn't it be just my filthy luck? If only I knew someone. I hate being late. Good Lord, this is Jeff's car. Jeff! Jeff! Yoo-hoo, it's me! Jeff! Jeff Pilgrim! The miserable beast wouldn't stop. The miserable, rotten beast, and he looked straight at me. Just wait till I get into the office. Morning, Jeff.
Oh, hello there, Stella.
Sorry I'm late. I missed my bus by a fraction of a second.
That's all right. You had to stand in the rain by the look of it.
Oh, that's nothing. I love it. You were going at a devil of a speed this morning?
Oh, did you see me?
You went straight past me at 50.
While you were waiting? Oh, I'm frightfully sorry. I didn't see you, of course.
Mm-hmm. Just a jiff while I hang up my coat.
I merely remarked that I didn't see you waiting.
Oh, it's quite all right, really. I don't expect you to drive me to work. I mean, your wife might object, mightn't she?
My dear girl, I drive whom I please in my car. I did not see you.
But you did, Jeff, and you know it. Didn't you now?
All right. Yes, I did.
Shall we say no more?
Please accept my apologies.
What is the trouble, Jeff? You've been positively morose lately.
Oh, I expect I should shut up about these things. And I'm hanged if I know Stella. It doesn't seem to matter what I do. There's always a row with Marcia.
Why should there be? Look, Jeff, for mine, you'd be the ideal husband. What's she complaining about all the time?
No, don't let's go into it.
It all has something to do with me, hasn't it?
Rather obviously.
A woman like Marcia should be married to a lumberjack, with nothing to do with herself but cook and scrub and rear children. She's too fond of herself for her own or anyone else's good.
All right, Stella, that'll do.
It won't do.
This is my own fault for discussing my wife with you. Let's not do it again.
But I know you too well by this time to be held at arm's length.
You seem to forget Marcia's not a girlfriend. She's my wife. Listen, Stella, I'm not going into it any further.
Oh. Now you're cross with me.
No, I'm not. I'm just in the devil of a difficult position. You've been an enormous help in lots of ways. But I simply can't drool on and on about my domestic troubles with you, of all people.
Why me of all people?
Oh, use your head.
Jeff, do you mean that you...
No, I don't. I mean that if I had the sense to get rid of you and substitute a gray-haired elderly spinster, I wouldn't have any domestic troubles. Now, let's get some work done.
Yes, sir. If you'll do this, Harry, it'll make a tremendous difference. He said something this morning, and I'll never get him to my place again in a million years.
What did he say this morning?
Never mind.
You think the hair of gold and the lips like cherry wine might be working their old magic at last, eh?
I'll know definitely tonight, if you do your stuff.
Well, honey child, it's not every day I lend my apartment to conniving females. Not unless they're conniving with me, of course. You know I should be jealous of Master Geoffrey.
And of course you're not, are you?
Oh, it's you, Miles. What do you want?
Oh, it's all right. I can come back.
You can get it off your chest now, can't you?
Take too long. Give me a buzz when you're free.
Well, is it a deal, Harry?
It's a deal. See that you make the most of it, gorgeous. Jeff, I'm in that kind of a spot. If you don't come to my place and give me a hand, Fleming will put the finger on me.
No? What's the trouble?
Waldron, Hartley and Company. I took a chance on them shipping via the Panama Canal and up to New York that way. Instead, they're unloading at San Francisco and freighting across the States by rail. It's too bad.
So now you have to turn around and get out a new set of figures.
Yes, by the morning. What about you?
I'll give you a hand. Will you have all the necessary dope at home with you?
Uh-huh. I did think of asking one of the girls to rally round, but I think we'll manage.
Oh, of course we will. I'll get on the phone and tell Marcia. 7:30, too soon to turn up?
No, that'll suit me perfectly. Oh, thanks a lot, Jeff.
Righto, Charlie. Just one more for the road.
One for the road coming up, Mr. Hendricks.
Hello, Farmer. Where did you spring from?
Oh, hi, Miles.
Listen, I was talking to Jeff Pilgrim just as he left the office. He said that you and he were working at your place or something. Tonight. What gives?
I was held up at the office.
No rot. You left before I did.
And went back after a bite. What's it to you?
How's Pilgrim getting on?
He's at my place now. I phoned and said I'd be late.
You were having a nice little tete-a-tete with Pilgrim's secretary this afternoon. Has she succeeded, Millie Moffat?
Look here, Hendricks. I came in here for one drink. After I've had it, I'm going home to work with Jeff Pilgrim. Do you mind?
Not at all, old chap. I only hope Jeff doesn't have to sit at your place alone. Then it's quite likely he'll have one of your chippies there to keep him company, isn't it? Or isn't it? Aye, Palmer, with any sort of luck he might even have to... That'll be even too much to expect. And yet, I wonder... I wonder if I'm right. I only have a nasty mind. Maybe they worked it. Pilgrim was at Bronson's place the other night. Why shouldn't they be using Palmer's flat to cover up? It's ridiculous. Pilgrim wouldn't be a player in that sort of game unless he's being taken for a ride. Why not? All I have to do is to decide whether it's any of my business. Palmer and Stella Bronson did look kind of thick this afternoon.
We invite you to listen again to further installments of Office Wife, written by L.J. Hardy, a Donovan Joyce production.